coached at one stage during last season and the close this year by the former Romanian international and Tottenham player Ilie Dumitrescu. The cameras will stay focused on him all night. Hector Cooper has promised that he will make a showing in this game, albeit for possibly about the last 20 minutes, depending on how well the game's going, or it's rather impossible to see anything other than a home victory really here this evening. Good start to the season so far then for Inter. Here's Clarence Seedorf. A player who, amongst others, has enjoyed some form of a rebirth under Cooper. He's been given the arm around the shoulder. This is Gresco. Behind the end by Bodea. Signed mid-season Gresco last year from Bayer Leverkusen. Unbeaten so far in competition in Serie A this year, Inter. As Seedorf gets ready to take this corner. No Christian Vieri, he's out injured. Kallon is the man they're aiming for. And he's so quick and he's so lively. He's the top scorer, one of the big name signings in the summer, Mohamed Kallon. Now this is Buta. It's a strong run this by Buta. And a real chance here for Ayorka. And what a start. But it won't count. 1 minute 34 seconds. They're already, believe it or not, talking about Inter chances of this being their most successful year since the last championship winning side of 1979 and 1980. That is how long it is ago. Here's Kallon. And Seedorf again. Three waiting in the centre. There's Dalmat. Little 1-2 with Kallon. Nice little turn by Kallon, trying to make space for the shot. Good defensive play there by Petre. And he fell rather awkwardly. Signed from Vicenza in the summer, not him. Kallon. He was looked at by a couple of English clubs along the way as well. Nobody really fancy taking a chance. Inter have, and they've very rich dividends now. Drilled across at the back post there is Cordoba. And they're looking for the decision, which they're not going to get. Italy's start to European competition yet again this season has been poor. Lazio's start in the UEFA Champions League, a defeat and a draw, or two defeats rather. It's Roma who got the draws as the corner comes across, punched up in the air by Dossey, and behind for another corner. As they said, two draws for Roma, and well, things not looking particularly good early on for the Italians. Seedorf making his way across to take it again. Into third in Serie A at the moment. 2 victories and a draw. Adriano scored the winning goal late on Saturday. It was a fantastic goal as well. Adriano is in there, and the header goes high and over Dossey's bar. As we said, he was looked at by a number of clubs. He was at Vicenza last year, and he got 8 goals in 24 games. His season was interrupted with injury, but it was at Regina the year before that he really made his name. 11 goals for a struggling side. As he said, top scorer at Inter this year. Started the season with Christian Vieri, but Vieri since has become injured. Surprise, surprise. Here's Dalmat. Lovely turn by Dalmat, going on his own. Dalmat measuring up the shot. What a goal by Stefan Dalmat. He cost absolutely nothing when he came from Paris Saint-Germain. It was a player exchange, and he's been arguably the best arrival at this club for the past 18 months. From those distances, he's very dangerous. And similar in style when he gets around the penalty area to Pavel Nedved in as much as he strikes on goal, and he is very, very accurate. Rarely does Dalmat shoot, and he doesn't make the goalkeeper work. Just beginning to get the measure of their opponents now. It took them about 15 minutes. Dalmat. There's Kallon dropping ever so deep. He's not seen an awful lot of possession so far. Dalmat again. Seedorf. And a touchback is going to fall directly in the path of Julie. And he lost his footing. Kallon. Conceição is not in the side tonight, so they're lacking a bit of width over there. Kallon goes through the middle. Oh, and it's going to fall for him again. 2-0. And a defensive howler, and it was easy enough for Kallon. 4th goal of the season. There were 18 new arrivals at Inter this season, and he was one of the most expensive, and the supporters thought it was going to be another year of mediocrity. There wasn't a big name that they craved. But Kallon, as with Stefan Dalmat, the young Frenchman, are proving to be the most consistent performers. There he is, he's still there with tracksuit on. The cameras following him every 5 minutes. 4 to half time, 2-0 Inter lead, and they really are rather cruising here. Zanetti. Seedorf goes off on the overlap. Seedorf. Kallon looking to set it up. That's a strike from Biagio, and it's 3-0. And they could almost score at will as they come forward into. Ibrahim Dossey in goal. Set up beautifully by Kallon. Great awareness he showed there, as well as good control and touch with both feet. And a scoreline that doesn't flatter Inter in any way. This is such a different Clarence Seedorf to the one you saw last year. Marco Tardelli was here a real disciplinarian, not that Cooper isn't. It's in by Seedorf. Oh, Dossey's dropped it. And lucky enough for him, Kallon had turned his back. That's the greatest touch from Zanetti. This is Kindaro. 7 is Isalia. Coquin. Broken up by Zanetti, another one whose form has been outstanding this year. Now Zanetti going on his own. Can he continue his run? He would have done had he not been brought to an abrupt halt by Bodea. Sixth season at Inter, and the last 2 have been ones he'd prefer not to remember. Never really saw eye to eye, Zanetti, with either Lippi or Marco Tardelli. Now, there are several alternatives from here. Seedorf is in the thick of it. Biagio's there, Dalmat's there. Marco Materazzi, central defender, signed from Perugia, and was their top scorer, believe it or not, last year. The central defender can also strike a mean kick. Adriano is 28.